Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here, coming at you with another deck profile. This time it's going to be B.E.S. With new support that we just got out of Rising Rampage. This is an amazing card for the deck. So yeah, let's get right into it. And we play, obviously, we're going to play 3 of that card. It's very, very good. So for the most part, this is the B.E.S deck is kind of like a helmet deck. You're kind of just gonna have a monster on the field, hopefully have the field spell, and you're just gonna, have a card that your opponent cannot do anything about, and you're just gonna keep attacking, and hopefully win eventually. We have cards to kind of help us, obviously, with that, and getting to that field spell is the most important thing. So this card in particular is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then if it's normal or special summon, you place 3 counters on it. Cannot be destroyed by battle. And at the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you remove 1 counter from it. And if you can't remove a counter, then you destroy it. And there's a spell card that you play in this deck as well, that if these are destroyed during the end phase, you can special summon another one. So they kind of replace themselves, and it's a very fun deck. But yeah, this is kind of just what the deck needed. It's more or less a going second deck. You do want that extra card because, like I said, that field spell is super important. So yeah, this card I really like. I like that's a super rare as well. Another very good one is Big Core Mark III. This one, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. And this one, again, you place 3 counters on it. If it's summoned, can't be destroyed by battle, and then you remove a counter after it battles an opponent's monster. And then if this is in the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard and shuffle all B.E.S monsters in your graveyard into the deck. So if you're getting low, which, like I said, it is a helmet deck, so your opponent's not going to be doing much, if you have it your way, as far as, getting through your board. So you might be in late game with quite a few B.E.S in your deck, or in your graveyard, that you want to send to the deck. So that comes up every now and then, but mostly it's just a really good body with a high attack power. The other one we played 3 of, the last one we do, is Mark II. This one, if you control no monsters, you can just normal summon this card. And when this card is special summoned, you place 3 counters on it. This card cannot be destroyed by battle again, and if it attacks, you remove 1 at the end of the damage step. And if you cannot, destroy it. So it's just another easy way of getting one out by normal summoning. But most of the time what you're going to be doing with these is special summoning, either off the field spell or, in the case of these, off of their own effects. The other B.E.S that we play, we're going to play 2 of the next few. Tetran. This one, you put 3 counters on it when you normal summon it. Can't be destroyed by battle. And then by removing 1 counter from this card, you can destroy 1 spell or trap on the field. So it's good for removing some problem cards. Crystal Core, same effects as all of them. Nothing when it's special summoned though. All the rest of these, that's why we only play 2 of them. They get nothing on them when they're special summoned, just when they're normal summoned. But they will with the field spell. I'll show you that. We'll go over that. But this one, during your main phase, you can change 1 face-up attack position monster in your opponent's field to defense position. So it's kind of just Book of Moon. Kind of high attack power too. The last one, might even cut this to 1. It's really not that good. Same thing, you put 2 counters on it when it's normal summoned. Can't be destroyed by battle. And then this one though, if it battles a monster, you have to toss a coin, and if you call it wrong, you remove a counter. And then again, at the end of the damage step, if it battles without a counter, you destroy this card. So that's it for the B.E.S cards. Most important ones are basically the Mark II, Mark III, and the new Cannon Core. Those are all just super important, super good. And then one of the most important normal summons in this entire deck that I definitely recommend you play is Planet Pathfinder. This, you're going to normal summon it, and then you're going to tribute it and add the field spell. Because the field spell is so important, especially now that we're down to 1 terraforming. It really sucks, but, it is the way it is. But yeah, this will just, help you get to that. It's a machine as well, so that comes up, sometimes. The last monster we play is just a hand trap, because we're mostly going to be trying to go second with this deck. So Ash Blossom, or Effect Veiler, whatever you got. Now for the main card of the deck. B.E.S. Zelos. First off, when this card is activated, you add a Boss Rush to your hand. So we play 3 of each of these. So you're adding Boss Rush, and I'll go over that here in just a second. All B.E.S. monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense, and your opponent cannot target them with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So basically, your monster is immune, cannot be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects, and can't be targeted by card effects. So it's pretty much invincible while this is on the field. And also, once per turn, you can special summon 1 B.E.S. from your hand. And then if a B.E.S. monster is normal special summon while this is on the field, you place 1 counter on it. So it basically is your way of special summoning any of these guys. And obviously, special summoning like Mark III or the new Cannon Core is very, very good. You get a lot of attack power on them, and they're pretty much indestructible unless your opponent gets rid of this. So that's kind of cool thing about this is your opponent can't really, as long as you have this and a B.E.S. on board, your opponent has to get rid of this spell card before they can even think about touching your B.E.S. monsters. So now Boss Rush, like I said, you search it off of Zelos. The controller of this card cannot normal summon or set, but if you have Zelos, you're going to be just pretty much a special summoning, so you're not going to be doing much normal summoning. During the end phase of the turn, then a monster on your side of the field, a B.E.S. monster, is destroyed, you can special summon 1 from the deck. So when these cards, say like destroy it at the end of the battle phase, if you can't remove a counter, then it's basically that gets destroyed, but then during the end phase, you're going to be special summoning whichever one you want, It doesn't really matter. So really good recursion effect, and really just helps you, keep some pressure on the board, and hopefully you have the field spell too, and you're kind of just always keeping counters on them and everything. Another super cool card I like to play in this is Limit Removal. Played at 3. All you play is machine, as far as your not minus the hand traps, but everything else is machine. So, when it comes down to it, if you have the field spell and this on board, this is going to be at 32. So then, after that first battle phase, then you go into your next one. If you have limit removal, you can just flat out win. Or, if it's, you're going second, use this. Even if that's all you have on the board, you might even want to do limiter removal, and then it gets destroyed during the end phase. And then also, if you have Boss Rush, then it's just going to replace itself. So I think it's a really good card, just for killing your opponent quick. Definitely play limit removal. Pot of Desires. Again, this is another deck where all of our important cards we play at 3, so hopefully this will just help you to see this field spell, and a monster quicker. So that's why you play that. Terraforming, of course. I mean, we'd play it at 6 if we could, but it's at 1, so it's your way of searching your best card in your deck. Upstart Goblin, just make it a 39 card deck if you can. Hornet Drones, it's just a way of getting a monster on board that you could potentially, like tribute summon with some of these. It's just a way of just getting more on board. And then a cool little tech field barrier. If you have Zelos, that's why I only play it at one. I don't feel like you really need to play it at more than one, because you don't, you can only really use one of these. That's really all that's useful. But this field spell cards cannot be destroyed, and also new field spells cannot be activated. So it kind of locks your opponent out of playing a field spell. But the main thing is obviously protecting your Zelos from being destroyed by, Twin Twisters or whatever your opponent's trying to destroy it with. So I kind of like it. Just at one, The last card we play is Solemn Judgment. If you happen to have to go first and you just have a monster on board and pass, it's always nice to have a Judgment. Or, after you do your plays, you're going second, you attack. Setting this to then, kind of protect Zelos is just always a good thing. Because your opponent can do everything they want, but if they're not getting rid of this field spell or the monster that's on board because of it, then you're just going to be kind of just attacking everything. So, yeah, it's kind of just a go second, battle phase kind of deck. Extra deck, not important at all. As you noticed with, card we play, Kagari is probably about the most important one, and Cleafort Genius, because they're all machines. Underclock Takers for getting more damage on board. Decode, never go into it. And then all of these. Just for utility, and then filling in with whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. In the side, I would play probably some more traps for going first, and some kaijus and stuff like that. But kind of just depending on what you're playing. So, and same thing with the extra deck. You can just fill it with kind of whatever you got, whatever you want to do. But it's mostly a helmet deck that you're just getting a monster on board. Keep adding more monsters every turn. If you have the field spell, just keep special summoning one. They just replace themselves if they get destroyed. Really liking the new support card that we got. I think it does really help the deck out. I do like what Konami's doing with bringing back some of these, and I'm a huge fan of Gradius too. So these are all the end bosses of the levels is what all these represent. So kind of cool. I will be doing actually a Vic Viper deck, because there's new support for that as well from Rising Rampage. That's basically the ship you're flying in Gradius, and so you can actually see in this there's Vic Viper right there, trying to destroy one of the big bosses. So that's the deck, guys. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Posting as much as I can, as quickly as I can. You guys are requesting, quite a few down in the comments, which I love. I'm trying to get these all to you. So yeah, catch you on the next one.